The audit released today by the Office of Public Accountability points out that as of September 30th of last year, the cash-poor Guam Department of Education had used only $1 million of the $89 million in ERA funding that it had received. The auditors blamed in large part the new law requiring the Guam Attorney General to oversee all procurements greater than $500,000. But DOE's Assistant Superintendent of Finance says that was then, and things have improved now.
With the checklist in hand and with the ability to have our attorneys at DOE work on these procurements, it's greatly sped up the process. And I must say that in the recent past, we've been able to push our contracts through our contracts and our procurement documents through the AG much more quickly than we've had before.
The unspent ERA funds are supposed to be used for the renovation of schools, investments in technology, professional development, a new financial management system, as well as paying for the new third-party administrator overseeing DOE's finances. Tigno didn't know the exact amount of ERA funding that had been spent to date, but as of today, she said, about $10 million in contracts have now been awarded, $9 million more than last September. How much has been spent so far now, as of April 22nd, do you know?
I know that we've encumbered probably over $10 million. How much of that has been spent, I'd have to check.
And Tigno is confident that all $89 million in ERA funding will be contracted for by September 30th and spent before the December 30th deadline at the end of this year.
We feel very confident that we will, and we're working towards encumbering all of our contracts by September 30. We are pushing all of our, we're working in timelines to all of our contracts to get them done by December 30.
Beyond DOE's ability to spend its ERA funds, the audit was also critical of DOE's continued policy of entrusting funds raised during various student activities to people who are incapable of accounting for money.
We recognize it as a problem. We have an SOP, we provide training to our school staffs, but at the end of the day, a lot of times they're juggling multiple priorities and, with few staff.
And Tigno says that despite the criticisms highlighted in the report, overall she is pleased with the audit and the progress that DOE has made.
For the last 3 or 4 years, the amount of question costs have gone down, and this year it's 0. We do continue to have some repeated findings. We will be working with our third-party fiduciary agent on a corrective action plan to try to resolve some of those issues. But bottom line is that, we're building up our staff capacity, and each year we're making incremental progress.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.